So this is what we do before takeoff. Oh, there ain't a funnier sound than a duck eating a Dorito. Well, that's some pretty healthy ducks, you know?
If the duck's eating crackers or a fish bite,
I don't know. Well, I would think so.
Fish bite like the ducks.
You should have gave us a little more warning about that place we're staying. I think you stayed there in practice. That winery.
I didn't want to trash her, but it's not a nice place. I really regret not buying some of my buddies some of her wine. I should have done it.
So you stayed in the nice one. We showed up and as soon as, so we're staying at the coach camp, whatever, said, oh, you're not going to fit. The ceiling was like right here.
Hey guys, Ken Smith. I gotta tell you, I'm happy to be back talking to you guys. So last week is the first week since I really started posting hard, 2.5, 3 years ago, that I have not posted. So I had my hip surgery. This is Monday, I'm recording this. Y'all will see this on Tuesday. Had my hip surgery 2 weeks ago today. Standing up, I can walk without a walker. I don't need a cane. But the Friday after my surgery, I got dog sick. And we still don't know what it was, but we did get one of the test results back today that if it had been what they tested me for, I'd be back in the hospital. But we think the worst of it's past. We're still waiting on some test results, but I feel so much better. I lost about 15 pounds in 2 weeks, or actually probably in about 12 days. I put a little bit of weight back on. I feel so much better. You know, a lot of people say that they wish they had done the surgery sooner. I think I'll be there in a week. I'll tell you, I didn't get to do physical therapy my first week. Actually, I did one day my first week and none the second week, which was last week. And I am behind on physical therapy. I went today, and you guys know I don't cuss on my channel much, if I ever have. It hurts like hell. And today the girl was rubbing on my quad on my left leg, and I was jumping around, and she said, would it surprise you for me to know that I'm barely moving your skin? And I said, no. I said, it's that tender down there. So it's been a little bit tough, but I'm happy I got this done. I can't wait. I already feel my stability back, my balance is back. I'm out a little bit of strength, but as much as anything, it's just recovering from, as you probably know, what they did, which is kind of saw off the top of your femur and stick a metal rod in there. But I'm amazed at what's going on with my body and how well my body's healing. And I think so many of you guys, when I kind of disappeared last week, started getting messages on Instagram and on my videos, and I apologize, guys. I've not answered hardly any emails or responded to comments on videos because, again, I've not felt well. But I'm back up, and I will this week. And I don't know what all I got to get posted. I got some ideas, but it's going to be a little slow for a couple of weeks. But I appreciate you guys sticking with me through this process. So this is going to be the last day of the Bass Champs Championship. I owe you guys 2 spark drawings, so I'm going to do one right now, and we'll do another one at the end of this video. So let's do a first real quick spark drawing right here, and they're already all mixed up. I'll just grab one right there. And that's going to be Jason Collins down there in Pineland, Texas. You know what? I want to say that's my second winner in Pineland, which is pretty amazing because Pineland's maybe the size of Zavala. But Jason, you're our first winner today. I'll pull a second name when we come back at the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoy this. That's what 300 boats look like. A little bit of everything. So the wind was forecast to blow hard out of the southwest again this second day, and we really thought with what we saw yesterday with Terry throwing that big splash blow that it was going to be on Sunday, but I think this is where the pressure really just kind of got these fish beat down, and Sunday was a much, much tougher day kind of all the way around, at least for us, and I think generally for everybody else too. Grab it up there. Go ahead. Fish is 17 plus inches long, you know? Yeah. Fish is not far short. Right at 17 3/4.
Last guy was kind of like, yeah, those twin tanks are out here or something. Then he got to it. I bet you don't know where this is. That's that culvert, you know. And then, but that's good one. And get rid of that one. Hit an 8-inch baseball bat with hooks on it.
His head. Thank you.
Is that your hat?
It's my head.
Glad I have a hook head.
Shit. That caught me in the head. All right, so I really enjoyed fishing with Terry this year. And I was hoping we might fish together next year, but he threw over my line in the first video, and now he's whacking me in the head. I don't think I said anything. I watched all the footage. He didn't seem offended, but I think he's out to hurt me at this point. I can't figure it out.
Some off the wall stuff, some net spinners, you know, weird.
Here he comes. Here he comes.
Gosh dang it. There you go. Can't answer the
Check.
brilliant.
frankly, that was $1,000 decision I made right there. And you know, winning in bass tournaments is not always about winning the bass tournament, but $1,000 fish basically paid for our trip. It kept us from being out of pocket in our trip, which allows us to go fish another one and hopefully not be out of pocket on it. And they were eating that, and I talked about this in the last video, they were eating that D-shed, that Yamamoto D-shed up. But it was all, you know, 1.5 to 2.5 pound fish, and I knew we needed a big bite. So I took that, again, with that little Phoenix Mojo rig sinker, which I'll put right there. It's pegged, and then I put a Zoom Magnum Fluke on there. Now, a Magnum Fluke is 7 inches. It's a great big bait, and you will on occasion catch smaller fish on it. But most of the time, it's good ones. Now, I will tell you, I don't throw it. I wish I threw it more, especially on my Carolina rig, but I don't trust it. And I don't trust it because I've never felt like, but it's one of the baits that I have had, I've pulled on many fish over the years and get them in, and the bait's all balled up on the hook. Now, what I've done to fix that a little bit is I'm throwing it on a 5/0 EWG, a Gamakatsu extra wide gap hook. And I actually thread the hook in the worm or in the fluke down and run it down about probably almost a 1/2 inch. So where the line enters the bait, there's actually about a 1/2 inch of line in there. And that allows me to set that hook further back into that bait. I would show you, but I don't have any here with me. But by setting that hook back there, I'm getting it away from a little bit of all that additional plastic on there. But I'll tell you, I've lost a number of good fish on it because I don't think I ever got all that bait out of the way. It's not as soft as, for example, a D-shad or a Cinco that kind of disintegrates. It'll ball up on you. If somebody out there has a solution to this or has found a bigger, I like that thin wire hook because you usually got a lot of line out. That's why I don't like throwing EWG super line hooks when I got a lot of line out, because it's a blunter hook. It doesn't pull into the fish as easy as those thin wire hooks do. But if one of you guys has an idea about how you hook the super fluke and don't lose many fish on it, I'd love to hear about it. Now, we caught them really good at the Bass Champs Championship at Falcon several years ago on it, but we were just throwing it on a 3/4 or actually on a 1 ounce football jig with no skirt and just threading it on there with the hook and the weed guard, and it would stand up and they were munching on it. But in a Carolina rig or in a Mojo rig application, I've never gotten real confident that I'm going to catch the 90% plus fish I normally catch, or not catch, let's say get a hook in it, because you're always going to lose some fish in brush piles. But I've never gotten really confident I'm going to catch all those fish that I do on a smaller profile bait with a hook in it. So if you've got ideas on that, I'd love to hear it. But nonetheless, it was a $1,000 decision to realize we got to get a bigger bite. And look, when I throw in there 15 times or 50 times and catch 15 2-pound fish, I got to show them something different to try to cue that or spark that big fish in there to bite. And that's what it did, and it worked out for us. So sometimes good decisions are just making that decision that you don't need as many bites, you need a big one. And you know, a lot of the guys that are winning at Rayburn or Toledo, they're not out there trying to catch 20 fish. They're trying to catch 5. I'll never forget Jason Gary, who won so many Bass Champs at Rayburn. He fished with a guy named Wayne Triana, and they talked about if they got 6 or 7 bites in a day, they're very, very good fishermen in January, February. And Danny and Brian will tell you the same thing. Danny Shook and Brian Shook and Danny Isles will tell you, if they can get 6, 7, 8 bites in a day, they're going to be hard to beat because they're only trying to catch those great big ones. So that's a lesson for all of us there. It's hard to get away from trying to catch 20, but trying to catch just 6. But that's what works, and that's what wins these tournaments. So that's that. We'll go back to the fishing right here, guys. So as I said at the onset, you know, we saw this wind coming up. We really thought we were going to catch them this second day. But we caught probably 1/3 as many fish. But we made the one good decision. So in tournaments, usually on 2-day tournaments, you take the first day's weight, you double it, and you subtract a pound. So we knew it was going to take right at 20, 21 pounds to get a check, which meant with, you know, right at 14 the first day, we had to have 2 solid unders and 1 over. And that 1 over is what got us paid. That was, in fact, a $1,000 fish and a $1,000 decision for me to lay down that D shad and pick up that big fluke. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Again, I'm so happy to be back here videoing and sharing my adventures outdoors with you guys. Thanks, I got a whole bunch of new subscribers or new followers on Instagram. I appreciate that. I'll get more Instagram content up as we get back to fishing here in the next few weeks. And got some cool stuff, got some cool ideas anyway that I hope to turn into videos that you guys enjoy. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sticking with me. And I'll see y'all again. If not this week, I'm certainly going to try to get some content up for you next week. And as soon as I'm back where I can stand up in a boat, we'll be back to 2 videos a week, which is probably going to be early December. But I know we're going to be down. I'm speaking to some high school guys in December at Rayburn. I'm looking forward to doing that. So we'll for sure be at Rayburn the 2nd week of December, if not sooner. So thanks, guys. You know what I just realized? I thanked y'all and I owed y'all one more Spark Energy drawing. So let's do that right now. Let's go. I'm going to go with my left hand right there. Pull that name. Jason Branham in Katy, Texas. So there you go, Jason. So again, we didn't have a drawing last week because there was no video, but we got Jason Collins from Pineland. What are the chances of that? 2 Jasons. And Jason Branham and Katy are our 2 winners for last week and this week. Remember, guys, we lost one of these the other day. We had a guy reach out. We're getting it fixed. But the envelopes just say rewards on them. They don't say Spark Energy on them. So thanks for being a Spark Energy customer and/or Spark Energy fishing affiliate. And you're going to have something from an envelope that says rewards on it on your way. It's got a $250 gift card in it from our friends at Spark Energy. Thanks, guys.